Alright guys, so this is how you get to the mountains in the Kerbal Space Program, just in case you're wondering. Because the mountains hold a good amount of variable data. You could get some tree samples, you could get some actually mountain samples, and if you're lucky enough, you could EVA and get some mountain view samples, which is accumulated to some good science, some good science. So what you want to do is always try to get out of the atmosphere, and right now we're aiming for 10,000 meters. 9,000 meters we'll start turning, cut our thrust, then we start turning a little bit, because since all this velocity we can't turn that much, since we don't have monopropellant and boosters. We need to start turning out our own due to our fins, or with our fins, and with all that velocity it will just be wasting more gas trying to turn. So we cut our velocity, we cut our boost to try to cut our velocity, and then we start turning slowly. Now we're just aiming for around 25,000 meters for now, or around half of our liquid fuel, and we should be almost done with the second bluish part of our atmosphere. So now we look at our trajectory, and it's almost at the mountains, so we want to keep it there, and we keep it there, and we time accelerate for the reason that our same gravitational pull and our acceleration is going to make us accelerate more. So halfway through our Apple abscess, we go back into our map and we quick save this real quick. One short note about quick saving: once you quick save and you're a certain distance, you can't revert your flight. So you want to quick save around half of your flight around here, and then you want to time warp. That way, if you do mess up, you could revert your flight, or you could just go back to your quick save. Because when you get to a certain distance, you can't revert your flight anymore. And after quick saving, which is a really negative thing, of course. And now we open up our parachute. We can't see the display for it exactly, because we're still in a certain part of the atmosphere where our parachute does not want to open up, or can't open up. But once we get to that certain part of the atmosphere, it will open up. So right now I'm just rocking myself a little bit. You don't want to aim for the biggest, tallest part of the mountains, unless you're really good at landing. But since I'm not very experienced at landing myself, I don't look for the very pointy part of the mountains. But now our parachute should start opening up, since we are part of the atmosphere where it does open up. And this is the part where it gets tricky. You want to open up your parachute and land somewhere kind of smooth in the mountains, because the mountains are very rocky, and without a landing gear at this point of like in my case, I don't have a landing gear, and it would be very difficult for me to land in the part of the mountain. So right now what I'm trying to do is tip this rocket over, that way the parachute can open up properly, because I am not able to open up my parachute like this. So it gets very tricky. And there we go. We made our rocket kind of tip over, hoping for a parachute to open up. And as you can see, our tail part is still dominating over it. So since we start getting close and I don't want to take any risk, we try to boost all of it, and I get very, very close to the mountains at this point. I get very close to the mountains, but as I told you, I survived. I managed to survive. So now we wait for this to roll down, I guess. Okay, so we're here. I decide to plant my flag here. And our site name, it is going to be science. There you go. This trip was meant to gather information about our Kerbal Mountains. Okay, and of course we could put the date, why not? May 24, 15, 2014. 2015, my bad. We planned that. And now we have a little flag in the mountain just in case we ever wanted to see that. So we stop time accelerating and the rocket starts falling down. No, this is a very bad moment for it to fall down. Wait for me. Boarded. Oh god. I am not able to board it while it's moving. So I hope it doesn't get to the very steep part yet. I am trying to get it to face looking downwards. Oh god, and now I start falling down very quickly. But I managed to get up. And here comes my pod. At its slow rate, we try to head bump into it to make it stop, but our efforts are useless when we're trying to stop a 5-ton moving rocket. And now we start falling very quickly and we end up dying. But that is how you get to the mountains in Kerbal Space Program. Just follow those easy tricks and steps and you will be able to get to the mountains. I recommend landing in some place more over there next to the trees and to the mountains. That way you don't have to climb that much down just to get some tree value and some mountain value. I do have in mind that there are also like mountain bushes, and that could be very helpful. But yeah, so that has been it, and just quickly showing you that in case of this happening, you could always go back to your last quick save. That's why I told you to quick save back there, and now you could try landing again. So I'll pause the video here, I guess, and I'll try to land again just to show you guys a better landing spot or maybe some scientific value. So I'll be right with you. Alright guys, so we are back, and while I was trying to land the rocket safely, unfortunately I wasn't able to, because it is very hard to land a rocket without any landing gear. But I do manage to land on a better side of the mountain because of that quick save I made. So right here I managed to see a tree, and I try to get as close to it as I can to get some scientific value of it. We go up to it and it looks like it's not a real entity, so don't panic if you run into a tree when you're trying to land. So while we make our way back to our little pod, we boarded. We view our crew report, and let's see, we have our crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere, so we keep that data. So yeah, we have a crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere. It looks like we don't have the one for the trees, so I'll transmit this, and we get 4.1 science from that. So that was some easy science right there. Then we have the crew report from Kerbin's mountains. There it is. We'll try to transmit that data, but of course we can't transmit it anymore because we don't have that much electric charge. And I am sure that let's see, we reset that. keep that data. Keep it. Curve report. Let's see. Alright, well, I am pretty sure that we should get some sort of science for having the tree data. So let me see if it pops out here when we recover the vessel. Oops, wrong place. We go to our space center. Untitled. We recover. Let's see, and we get 0.8. Kerbin's Mountains. And no, apparently that's it. Our Kerbin's Mountains and our Kerbin's upper atmosphere, because of course I did EVA while I was falling down and I boarded again, which gave us our 4 point something science, 4.1 if I am not mistaken. But yeah, that's how you get around 4 to 5 easy science. You EVA while you're falling down. If you just get the data from Kerbin's Mountains, then you have one science there. I mean, every science is helpful. I have 14 science now, and I started with around 8 science, I think. So of course I go into my little technology center and I look for something to buy. So we only need 0.7 of the science to get this, but that is how you get 4 to 5 easy science, guys, in Kerbal Space Program. So if you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to smack that like button, subscribe for more awesome tutorials and stuff, and I will see you guys in the next awesome video. Goodbye.